I started with $0, but I had a dream. Inspired by real American stories. There was a time I thought success belonged to them. The rich. The lucky. The ones born into the right families. Not to someone like me, the child of immigrants, living in a one-bedroom apartment in Houston, Texas, working double shifts just to survive. But that belief shattered the day I heard about Howard Schultz, the man who grew up in public housing in Brooklyn, and went on to build Starbucks. He had no connections, no money, no safety net. Just a vision. And coffee. Hook. In America, it doesn't matter where you begin, only that you begin. Inspired, I dug deeper. I read about Damon John, founder of Fubu. He started selling homemade hats on the streets of Queens. He had a dream and a sewing machine, and worked at Red Lobster to keep the lights on. Today, he sits on Shark Tank, funding other dreamers. And then there's Jan Koum, who moved to the US. From Ukraine, swept floors to survive, and later built WhatsApp, which sold to Facebook for $19 billion. That's when something inside me clicked. If they could do it with nothing, why not me? I started small. Selling handmade candles from my kitchen, using old jars and borrowed wax. My first sale came from a neighbor. Then a friend. Then a stranger on Etsy. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I worked days. I poured candles at night. I burned out, but I didn't give up. Because I remembered what all those entrepreneurs taught me. You don't need millions to start, you need resilience. You don't need fame, you need fire. 1 year later, my small candle business is in 5 states. I'm not a millionaire, yet, but I built something from nothing. And that nothing taught me more than any MBA ever could. Hook. The greatest American businesses weren't born in boardrooms. They were built in basements, kitchens, and garages, by people who had nothing but grit. So if you're sitting there, broke, tired, and full of doubt, you're not lost. You're just at the beginning. Because in this country, the most famous entrepreneurs didn't start at the top. They started exactly where you are. With nothing. Except a dream.